Welcome to the 2013 Intramural Sports Captains Meeting. If you need to contact us throughout the year, you can email us at imsports@valdosta.edu, check out our website at www.valdosta.edu/recreation, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Being an intramural captain comes with a couple of duties. This means managing your roster, including eligibility of your players. You must also communicate with your team and let them know their schedules, RI and policies, and also our sport rules. You must sign the game sheet after each game and be responsible for the conduct of your players, coaches, and fans during every game. In the next couple of slides, I will be going over some of our major IM policies that you will need to know during the year. To be eligible to participate in intramural sports, you must be a current student who has paid their student fees, or you can be a faculty and staff member with the SRC membership. All participants must have VSU ID at the game site to play. As far as rosters go, we have a 16-player maximum. After the first week, players must be on the roster by 3 p.m. of the game day or 3 p.m. Friday for Sunday games. Players can only be removed if they have never signed in for a game. If you are wondering about eligibility, no professional or Olympic athletes can participate in our sport. Current varsity athletes are not eligible for their sport or a related sport. Ex-varsity athletes must wait until the next academic year to compete in their sport or related sport. Teams are only allowed 2 sport club members on each roster. Also with eligibility, a player may only play on 1 men's or women's team, and 1 co-rec team, and 1 residence hall team. A player may switch teams after playing in 1 game, but have to get approval from the IM staff before playing with another. A player may only switch teams once. A player can be declared ineligible at any time by the IM staff if their conduct is unsportsmanlike or dangerous. Playing with an ineligible player will result in a forfeit. If you would like to have a coach for your team, only persons eligible to participate will be allowed to coach with a valid VSU ID. Coaches will be required to sign in and be added to the team's rosters as a coach. Only 1 coach can be recognized per team. Coaches who receive an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be ejected from the game and no longer be able to coach for the rest of the season. Protests are allowed in intramural sports. Teams can protest a player's eligibility or a rule's interpretation. They may not protest any judgment calls. Protesting team must call a timeout to protest the rule's interpretation immediately. Player eligibility protests must take place before the end of the game, and the protesting team must name who they are protesting and why. If you have to forfeit a game, $10 will be taken out of your forfeit bond. It results in a 5 max sportsmanship rating and a loss. Please arrive at least 15 minutes before the game to prevent this. A few things that may cause your team to forfeit a game may be not having enough players at game time, 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on 1 team, an ejected player in the playoffs, or falling below the minimum number of players during the game. To avoid a forfeit for your team, you may default a game free of charge. This results in a loss and a 5 sportsmanship rating. The team captain must fill out an online default request form by 3 p.m. of the game day or Friday at 3 p.m. for Sunday games. If a team contacts you saying they are defaulting, contact the IM office to confirm. This year's sportsmanship is based on a 5-point scale. Teams must average a 4.0 to make and remain in the playoffs. Sportsmanship can be checked on IM leagues. Ratings are based off of the behavior of the coaches, players, and the fans. If you think your team is as good as it gets, try some regional or even national tournaments. For this, contact Nick Lumpkin, Justin Stewart, or Sarah Wright at the IM office for this information. Now that you have our policies down, we'll go over some flag football rules that you'll need to know for this season. At the beginning of a game, teams must have at least 5 to start, but 7 max. In co-rec, they must have 6 to start and 8 max. Teams may provide their own ball. Men's teams must use a regular size ball, but women's and co-rec teams may use regular, intermediate, youth, or even junior size balls. The timing of our intramural flag football games consists of 2 20-minute halves. The clock runs continuously until 2 minutes remaining in the second half unless stopped for a team charged timeout or an official's timeout. Each team receives 2 timeouts per half. The clock will stop for a 2-minute warning before the end of the second half. Some of the proper equipment for flag football are pants or shorts, no pockets, zippers, or belt loops, a matching team jersey tucked in or cut 4 inches above the belt, shoes, and a flag belt. The penalty for failure to wear required equipment is 5 yards. Here's a list of some of our common illegal equipment: build hats, bandanas, pads, cast, or braces, shoes with metal or ceramic cleats, screw-in cleats when the screw is not part of the cleat, shirts or jerseys which do not stay tucked in unless they are more than 4 inches from the waist, hooded sweatshirts, jerseys which have an arm opening of at least 4 inches below the armpit, pants or shorts with belts, belt loops, pockets, or exposed drawstrings, exposed metal on clothes or person. Touchdowns for flag football are a little bit different than your everyday regular football touchdown. It's 6 points for a men's or women's game, 6 points in a co-rec game if a male throws to a male, or 9 points in a co-rec game if a female throws a touchdown or runs the ball in the end zone. After a touchdown, the scoring team may elect to go for 1, 2, or 3. Co-rec rules are a little different from men's or women's. If a play is open, any player may complete a legal forward pass to any other player. If a play is closed, a female player must either throw or catch a legal forward pass, and the play must gain positive yards to open the play. There may not be 2 consecutive male-to-male completions. If a female passer completes a pass to a male player behind the line and he runs through the offensive scrimmage line, it is an illegal forward pass. When dealing with sportsmanship, participants who receive 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in one game will be ejected from that game. Teams who receive 3 or more unsportsmanlike conduct penalties collectively in one game will have their game immediately forfeited to their opponents. Teams are responsible for the actions of their fans and coaches. This concludes the intramural flag football captains meeting. The captain's quiz can be found on IM Leagues and must be completed with a score of 80% or higher before a team can be created. Feel free to contact us at imsports@valdosta.edu with your questions and concerns. And once again, thank you.